welcome back. Doom 2016.
Should we acknowledge that it's been a while since we've recorded, or no?
Sure. Why not? I mean, the teleporter to hell, time works differently in hell. So, it's been...
I'll see you again in 25 years.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer...
The imps are not what they seem.
The hell energy flows from a location in their world we call the Well.
Well, oh well.
You've returned. The only flesh and blood to walk between dimensions. So there may be a way.
Yeah, it's been... I don't know. Like... It's been almost 2 years, hasn't it? Since...
Yeah.
Well, not since we... Since we started, not since we stopped. I don't remember when we stopped. It might have been... It doesn't matter. But we were both going through a lot of very annoying life things that meant recording was not possible. So you moved, and then I moved. And then... Well, and then we both have had pets pass away. And there's just been a lot going on. So we haven't had time, but we're back to it. And honestly, nobody watching will be able to tell because it's not like there's going to be a time difference. I only just now started uploading the original recordings. So all that stuff.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's underhauls. The super shotgun level.
You know what I'm going to love talking about now that an amount of time has passed? Something significant happened between then and now, and that is myhouse.wad.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
Which has a specific connection to Underhalls.
Yeah, it's true. Underhalls does make an appearance in myhouse.wad. Which is funny because I think, again, this is like a hyper-specific Doom thing, but Underhalls being the second level, I'm sure a lot of people got to Underhalls and were like, oh, the WAD's done. It was just one level, and they just replaced the first level because that's what you do.
Well, shit
but
got meta.
Yeah. So anyways... what were we doing? Okay, we got back from hell. And Mars is all fucked up. Olivia Pierce went to hell and then came back, I guess ahead of us. We're always one step behind. And now the Argent Tower is all destroyed and there's a big sky portal. Remember sky portals?
I do. I feel like 2016 was about the end of sky portals.
Yeah, it's definitely on the tail end. But you also have to remember video game development takes a long time, so... you watch a movie from 2012 and then it's like, oh, well, there's that influence 4 years later in a video game.
This kitchen is not sanitary.
Oh. It's fucking raw.
If I went to McDonald's and I saw candles in that kitchen, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's a little too lo-fi.
An artifact in her private lab that we've been studying for years. I believe you can use it to find the answers you seek. It bears your mark.
Oh, shit.
Olivia's personal laboratory is not part of the registered facilities database. Alpha level.
Oh, shit.
Required to locate it.
Oh my god.
Wait, how'd it get granted?
Again, Vega's just, you can just give it to you.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring the tram power online to take you there, but you'll need a UAC corporate facilities clearance card to activate it. There is a security station nearby.
Go get the yellow key. Could have just said go get the yellow key and it would have been fine.
Good thing Vega's here making us dodge all the shitty hacking mini-games that would slow this game down.
God, could you imagine this game does not need any of that. Oh yeah, there's this part where I saw there was a thing that I missed and I was like, oh, can I get back up there? And I can't. But it doesn't matter because I don't need that thing. but I just got really frustrated. Instead of cutting it out of the video, I just sped it up because I wanted to be creative.
It's part of the gaming experience.
It really is. I was worried because one of the challenges for this level is to get, it's to pick up 3 of data, like, lore cards. And I was like, oh no, I missed one. But there's like, I think there's like 4 or 5 in this level, so you don't need it to get the challenge done. And God knows what's on it. I couldn't tell you. I don't remember any of this shit. I mean, this video was recorded recently. I'm just saying that the lore of this game does not stick into my brain very well. It's mostly the action violence that I'm here for.
Yeah.
And I think most people probably the same.
I see we're now getting into the industrialism part of corporate imagery.
I mean, yeah, I would say that's most of this. This game doesn't really deal with the office side of corporate imagery too much. I think it's, you know...
Although I would pay to see Dwight Schrute eaten by demons.
Damn it, Jim. Did you summon demons again?
Oh man, he put my BFG in Jello again.
I needed that. Oh.
I kind of wish that the whole cast had been eaten by demons during the planking episode, like the planking intro.
Oh.
One of those episodes, you know, the office is over, but the office doesn't know it's over yet.
Yeah, sure. I must... You know, I'll be honest. I know a lot of people love The Office, and I like it, but I'm not one of those Office freaks, okay?
I'm here to spew my opinions of The Office, because we're not anywhere close to getting a sponsorship from NBC.
Yeah. You know, I'm not a money man, I'm an opinion man, and that's why I'm poor. I mean, I like The Office, like I said, it's good. It was good. I appreciated it in its prime, but, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my, rainy day under a blanket comfort show. That's just an opinion.
Should have had more demons.
Here I am farming some double kills for the super shotgun. It has been a while since you've seen this. And people that are watching this probably know how the game works, but just for your sake, like, you know, you can upgrade your guns, but once they're fully upgraded, you get a little challenge to do, and if you complete it, you get, like, a final upgrade, which we'll actually get a couple of those in this video, so I can actually sort of show them off and talk about them. But that'll come later. First, there's a lot of exploration. So, it's also been a while, which means that you might not totally recognize it, but this level is actually a backtrack of a previous level. It wasn't all on fire the last time we were here, but
I remember this. This was an arena.
Yeah. Yep, it uses a lot of the same geometry of the first Mars surface level, whatever it's called. I don't remember off the top of my head. Which, to me, does come across as a little bit of like a money save. But, again, it's pretty normal for game development. There's time crunches where stuff just needs to get done, and oh shit. You know, it's not the worst thing. I gotta say, for reusing an asset like this, like so big, like a map, they do a good job of like reconstituting it and not having it just feel like it's the same level again, even though it uses mostly the same geometry. There's a couple of new areas, but all the old areas that it reuses well. Like you said, that old area was like an arena. Now it's like, you know, there's not really anything there. It's just a transitory sort of area. And because it's been so long, I checked the map a lot in this video because I don't remember where I'm going, ever. I get lost very easily in this level. It's all the same rust, brown, red color.
Who do they think they are, Diablo?
Right?
All these demon games with their one color palette.
I will say that this game does have a pretty good... My voice kind of cracked there. This game does have a pretty good color palette. God, I can't speak. You can tell I'm so rusty. I don't know what's going on. It's just this level in particular is very monochrome. One kind of solid color. But there's other levels in this game. Like, I like the way the hell levels look, and they do a pretty good job making each one feel distinct. So, it's just a lot of the Mars surface stuff runs together. My only real criticism. I don't have a lot of criticism of this game. And even that's not really like a big complaint. It's just like, well, you know, that's how the assets look. That's just the direction they went. It's fine.
This reminds me of the Caverns level in GoldenEye.
This game reminds you a lot of GoldenEye.
Have I mentioned GoldenEye before?
You have. You've mentioned Cradle a couple times.
Either I've just played too much GoldenEye, or this game actually took inspiration from GoldenEye.
No, it definitely took inspiration from GoldenEye. The creative director of this game, Hugo Martin, was like a huge... he was in college around the time the N64 was big, and he has a lot of stories about... I mean, he talks about Doom 64, which, don't get me wrong, is a good game all on its own, but I have a feeling he was playing a lot of GoldenEye. There's a rune challenge again. We have to collect these floating D12s. You have to get 15 of them and make it to the end of this this race track. I don't know what you call this.
What do these represent in the Doom lore? Anything?
These D12s? I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
They're a thing that you pick up to get the rune challenge.
I'm guessing this is too much of a deep cut, but I believe his name is Jorge Luis Borges, wrote the Aleph, which is a very confusing time travel story about someone who finds a mysterious floating D12 under their basement stairs that, when they gaze into it, sends them through time and space. It's a very confusing early sci-fi story, as you know how those go.
I don't deny that. I mean, that is maybe too much. Oh, and I'm showing off the in-flight mobility. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't honestly really like using it that much. Personally, I know a lot of people swear by it, but I just want to get some of these other challenges done. So
these look like the hover boots from Ocarina of Time. Well, no, they don't look like it. They just act like it. Yeah,
it makes your double jump way like floatier and like easier to control. Normally, your double jump, you're pretty locked into the direction you're going, but in-flight mobility lets you like move backwards.
All operate with the same goal in mind.
Anyways, going back to what you were saying, it is, I think, probably too much of a deep cut to give credit to the art direction or whoever was coming up with that concept. But you never know, because Doom Guy does appear in whatever, Quake Legends, whatever the
He does
current
travel
Quake
through time and space.
Yeah, so if you want to consider that game canon in terms of guest appearances, that does mean that Doom Guy has entered a slipgate once before and ended up, in Quake land, in Quake Arena land.
This level seems like a slower burn than the others so far.
Yeah, so this might be my least favorite level. I don't know. I think so. So the first couple levels are very good at introducing you to the game, and the third level and the fourth level both have these sprawling hub-like environments where you have multiple objectives that you have to do, and you can kind of pick them in any order. The last level, or the previous level that we did, is good because it's the first introduction to a hell level. Now we're just back, and it's I'll admit that I'm meandering a lot here because I'm trying to get every secret, and you could probably blast through this level a lot quicker if you didn't care about picking all the stuff up. And also, I get super lost a lot because, again, I haven't played this in a while, and although I did do a couple of test runs, it just didn't pay off this time the way that it has previously. I didn't get a good flow because this level doesn't have it doesn't guide you. It's there's a bunch of stuff you can pick up that's not mandatory. Pretty much the only thing you have to do is go find the yellow key, which is pretty clearly marked on the compass on the top. So you can, if you're really just gunning for it, you can beat this level quickly. Yeah, you're right. It's slow burn. It's a lot more chill, which is, I mean, for a game like Doom, there's really not room for a breather. So it is kind of not my favorite level. It doesn't need to be here. And like I said, it's reused assets for the most part. It's good for pacing because it makes the game appropriately long enough that I feel it's, from a money value proposition, it's okay, the length of the game is fair, and this is part of the length of the game is a level like this, but not the best level, in my opinion. It's good, but it's not my favorite. And I saw this light, and I'm like, that looks like a thing. See, this is the shit that I should have cut out of the video.
It's part of the gaming experience.
It is.
Getting hung up on a blue light in a corner somewhere that takes up 1/1000th of the level.
It looked like a thing, This whole level's red, and I see something that's blue. I'm like, damn, that must be a thing. And it's just a light.
That's how they fuck you at the refinery.
Yeah, at the, yeah, I guess. It's also sort of the abstractness of the level design, which I appreciate. Shut up. We heard this one.
All operate with the same goal in mind: the development of a new dawn for
It's abstract in a good way. I mean, very much like old school Doom. And I bounced off this. I didn't jump there. I hit this and I bounced off. I was trying to recreate it, but I couldn't do it again.
Weird.
And I did it again when I picked that up. I'm like, what is going on in this hallway? Why am I bouncing? Hey, it's the Pinky.
Oh, we know you.
Classic demon. So in this game, he's armored from the front, so he takes a lot less damage. And you kind of have to let him charge at you so you can shoot him in the soft spot in the back.
Yes, baby. Let's
And like
go.
always, the stun bomb from the plasma gun is just insane, because he can charge at you and you can just stun him and then walk around and shoot him. It's funny, I don't see a lot of people talking about this. Another thing that's happened since this is there was a speed run of this game done at AGDQ of January in 2024. It was a good speed run, but I bring it up specifically because the creative director of this game, Hugo Martin, was on the couch, and he was he was on the virtual couch. He was calling in. He was giving some cool behind the scenes talks, talking about stuff that happened while they were designing it. I had a point to tie this in together, but I forget what it is.
You had me at virtual couch.
Yeah, he got up to get Cheerios at one point, and he was doing great. He didn't seem to understand that it was like a serious, I say serious, but it was like a real event. You know, there were like 60,000, 70,000 some odd people watching, and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna be right back." It's like, okay.
My ravioli's done.
That's honestly kind of how he sounded.
My Chef Boyardee's done.
He got a cup of coffee, he got some Cheerios, he was vibing.
You become very efficient at handling the skeleton shoulder missile things.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know why you saying this reminded me. Oh, I know why it reminded me. The reason why I bring up the plasma and I was talking about that is because that's definitely one of those things that for the sequel to this game, Doom Eternal, they definitely changed. They were like, wow, the stun bomb's really good. And the reason why I say that is because not a lot of people actually use it. Like, I watched the speedrun. There's no need for the speedrunner to use it. I mean, he's way better at this game than I am. He knows how to kill all the demons. But, like, for me, at least, like, the stun bomb is such a free breather, and it costs, like, almost no resources. It's like 25 plasma shots or something. Or less, even. It's, like, very free, and it just lets you get away with so much. I mean, there's a little bit of a cooldown to it, but it's really not a big deal. And that's, you know, they replaced that with Doom Eternal. They no more stun bomb. No more stun bomb, no more siege mode. And we'll see the Super Shotgun upgrade that I get later, and there's no more of that either, because it was broken. They did a lot of good balance stuff for the sequel, which is always sort of a conundrum in single-player game design. Well, in single-player game design, it's like, what you want the game to be fun and balanced, but what does balanced mean? Like, it's a 1 versus 100 kind of arena game. Like, how do you have to make it cost something, right? Like, you can give the player plenty of power, but at least in my opinion, I think resource management is a good way to sort of quell that in. So it's like you can let the player be very powerful for sort of bursts at a time, but then you have to ask something of them to get that back. And I think this game just doesn't do it very well. It's a great power fantasy, this game, but it's not super well balanced, in my opinion. Not in a bad sense. It's a very fun game to play, and I do recommend it. It's just clearly like they were going for something else besides. They wanted to have a fun action experience, but they also wanted to have a power fantasy, and it was a little bit more column B than column A in this game, which is a fine compromise. This game is a crowd pleaser, and I am in that crowd.
I feel like the discourse around this game, and especially Doom Eternal, is weird, but is also strangely consistent in gaming discourse, where this is the good one and Doom Eternal's either the bad one or the okay one. But I feel like Doom Eternal's legacy has improved since it came out. Whenever I remember people just being really frustrated with it back when it first came out, but it seems like it has a better foothold now amongst the gaming community.
I would say that Doom Eternal, since day one, has had a fan base. I think it rocked the boat for a lot of people who were looking for a game like this. Doom Eternal is a far more... I mean, we'll get to that. Spoilers. I mean, I'm going to play Doom Eternal for this channel at some point.
Spoilers.
Anyways, like, Doom Eternal is a far more skill-based game, and it will kick your ass and not apologize for it, and this game doesn't really do that. This game, you can play it the wrong way and still succeed, and I know that in itself is sort of a contentious statement, that, like, there's sort of a belief that there's no wrong way to play a game, and I mean, I actually do sincerely believe that, but my point is that, like, games are a lot more fun when they ask you to lean into their concept, and this game doesn't force you to do it the way that Doom Eternal does.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of fun doing stuff like weapon swapping, and, you know, like, I'm using the stun bomb and, like, using all the mods and all the gadgets and stuff, but with 100% honesty, you could play this game on the normal difficulty, use the super shotgun for every encounter, and not have a problem. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, but that's just not fun to me. Oh, and here's the mobile turret upgrade for the chain gun. It gives you 3 barrels.
Juicy.
It's pretty good. Yeah, but anyways, that's my little rant about that. I think a lot of the discourse about Doom Eternal was that people really hated the difference between Doom 2016 to Doom Eternal. And that strikes me as odd, because the things that I liked about this game are reflected in Doom Eternal a lot. They're refined to a really good degree. Now, some of the story stuff that happens in Doom Eternal, that I will gladly be contentious on. I think it's kind of weak, but that's just my opinion. We'll get there. Not that this game has a great story, but this game knows to not put the story in your face. Doom Eternal, a little bit too much story in your face. That's my hot take of the day.
Got him. Also, this is good advice for tabletop role players, is when your dungeon master's trying to lean into, or when your dungeon master's trying to present something, it's okay to lean in as a player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a delicate balance, because I'm, you know me, I'm a huge contrarian all the time. I'm like a hipster. I love to play devil's advocate. But I also like having fun, so I will always pick what I consider to be the most fun option. And specifically in the case of this game, these games, I think that leaning into what I'm presented with is the most fun, rather than just playing it my own way, or whatever.
It's good advice for gaming all around. Just play the game!
Yeah, it is true for role-playing too, though, which is also kind of why I don't do a lot of role-playing.
Because you're too contrarian?
Yeah, kind of. Because if the DM's presenting something and I'm like, that's stupid, I'm just not gonna do it.
But you'd be polite about it by not saying anything.
Oh yeah, I don't like rocking the boat. You know. Okay, got the shotgun one done, but I'll get the double shotgun one done here in a second. Did I get the stun bomb one done? Now I don't know. Now I'm talking to myself. I'm like, what did I get? What challenges did I get done in this video? I don't remember.
I know there was a Doom RPG that was mobile or whatever, but has there ever been a tabletop Doom RPG?
I doubt it. There have been some Doom board games that have come out. But I don't think there's ever been a tabletop RPG. I don't really know how that would play.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Mostly combat. I mean, the story is kind of intentionally not there, or like in the background.
There aren't NPCs in Doom, get real.
Not really. I mean, there are some in this game, but they mostly just talk at you. So, I got the challenge done for the super shotgun, which now lets you shoot each barrel individually before having to reload. Which is good, because as far as I'm aware, it doesn't change the damage profile of the gun at all, even though it costs half the ammo now. So it's literally just twice as strong. I don't know. Seems like kind of too good. Which is why it doesn't happen in Doom Eternal, because it's like it's really just like you can just murder everything with the super shotgun now. And the regular shotgun for the explosive shot, which is the one that I use most of the time, it now, I think I'm done with it. It has cluster strike, so when you get a direct impact, it will not only does it explode, but it creates a secondary like set of explosions around it as well, which is really good. I appreciate that the upgrades you get out of the weapon challenges are like chunky. It's not just like, 5% faster reload speed or something like that. It's like you get explosions on top of your explosions. It makes upgrading stuff actually feel worth it in this game. There's a lot of games that have kind of unnecessary progression, and this game, it's like, no, you kind of want to upgrade stuff. You don't need to, but it like makes it a lot better, easier to use. Finally.
You cannot send a team in to retrieve it.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me. He was mine before you even found him.
Oh, America guy.
I don't remember him.
Access granted.
I feel like as gross as this game is, it could be a John Carpenter movie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, with the satire elements, too.
Mm-hmm.
This is very, yeah, there's a lot of, there's some, the gooiness of the thing is definitely here, but this has, a They Live quality to it. Obviously there's the whole Duke Nukem, stealing one-liners thing, but, you really look at old school shooters and that movie, there's, a big overlap. Jesus Christ. You see that guy explode?
He's fucking dead.
Holy shit.
Please be seated. The tram is now ready.
This reminds me of that hover car level in Duke Nukem 3D when you go to the space station.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now we're on a tram, but the level's over. And I got all the things. I was worried about that, picking up data logs or whatever they're called. But I got it.
Got it.
100%.
Is there hell on Mars? Yes. Yes, there is.
That's pretty good.